The court denies defendant's motion. This was Gina's response after she heard the news from the court. Man, we got court documents in this video and a strong message from Elon Musk you don't want to miss. But let's read Gina's response here. She says, I'm moved to tears. After a brutal 3.5 years, I'm being given the opportunity to move forward in the court of law before the judge and my peers to clear my name. I am so grateful for this opportunity. What happened to me was unacceptable, absurd, and abusive, among other things. It should not have happened to me, and it should not happen to anyone else moving forward. Let it stop here. I quite literally fought to where I got in my career through intense ups and downs, and I'll keep up the fight to continue doing what I love. I appreciate all of you who stood by me and defended me, and I'm sorry that similar situations have happened to some of you. I want you to know that I see you and I stand with you. And would you stand with me and do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button? We're so close to 100K. I wouldn't be here without you. It's a free thing you could do that helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's continue. She says, thank you, Elon Musk, a man I have never even met, who graciously gave me a fighting chance. Thank you for standing for justice for all of humanity. May God bless you and your family for years to come, because he has chosen you for such a time as this. Little Bible there. And then she goes on to talk about an interview that she did with Ben Shapiro 3.5 years ago at her low point. And that's where she's like, let's just do our own thing. Welcome to the rebellion. And then the last thing she said, imagine what your voice can do. Now, this is something that I find very interesting. This is the Hollywood Reporter talking about the judge saying the case is moving forward. Been covering all this stuff with Gina Carano, and I have never seen the positivity and under these articles. Most of it is like, oh, she's terrible, she's a bad person, she's this. There's a few in there. Like, this guy's like, she will lose. Like, this guy's like, she better not win. But when you click on it, where he's getting ratioed, all the negative comments, even in the comments that are negative, like this guy says she won't, they're all being ratioed by positivity. There is so many people out there saying, and these are just a few that are like, no, I hope she wins. Take it to Disney. We don't like Disney anymore. Like, I hope we're behind you. And like I was saying before, it was never like that. It was like the Twitter mob, anything Gina Carano, and we've made tons of videos on this channel just showing you. But to see the shift like that is like, that's another huge win for Gina. It's like either people just woke up, people actually studied the case, people actually saw what happened, you know, and it's like, you know, she really did get treated unfairly. They did label her wrong. They did. And it wasn't just the Hollywood Reporter. It was all the major news outlet that covered this story. Here's a Deadline. Again, it's just a lot of positive. And if you find the negative ones, people are like, I hope you win a good stack of cash. This guy, Alex, says she's not a good actor. They're getting ratioed. That never happened before. Never. No one wants her back. She sucks. So we click on that and everyone's like, wrong. Lots of people do. Wrong. Well, you declared it, so it must be true. Wrong. And this guy's like, why would she go back to a sinking ship? That's another good point. But again, this is a huge win for Gina, because it just seems like the majority of people are standing with her. In the past, they weren't. Then we have Elon Musk chiming in, and he just wrecks Disney. He just wrecks them. He's like, the discovery on this case will be devastating for the woke mind virus that controls Disney. And that's what everyone's saying. Disney does not want to go to discovery. They don't want people thumbing through their files. They don't want people to know what they've been pushing, what they've been plotting, what they've been putting together. They don't want the world to know everything that's been going on behind the scenes. And that was the goal. From what I've heard and what I've read, just getting to discovery so people could see exactly what is going on was the goal in this lawsuit. And it seems like we're there. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's next. But we also got some court documents, which is public. Like, you can go and check out this whole thing. They're all available for the public. But some of the things that they were saying in these documents is like, it's unbelievable what's already been made public, what Lucasfilm has put Gina through. Let's look at a few of the things here. Okay, this was on page 2. On September 5th, 2020, plaintiff, which is Gina Carano, criticized a certain COVID policy requiring businesses and churches to remain closed while allowing public protest. Yeah, she wasn't the only one. Everyone was like, we can't go to church, but we can protest. You know, like, make it make sense. Huh, government? Make it make sense. The plaintiff alleges that she was attacked for these views and that the defendant, Lucasfilm or Disney, made known of their disapproval of Gina's position. So basically, Lucasfilm was like, hey, don't talk about that stuff. We don't want people to go to church, but they can protest and burn stuff down. That's fine. You know, we know how it works. It's wild, man. And this is the best part. 1 week later, on September 12th, 2020, when people were just hounding her to put pronouns in her bio, she put the words boop bop beep. And we've kind of morphed it into beep bop boop, right? We say beep bop boop in her profile, referencing sounds a droid would make. And that's the kicker right here. That's all she had to do to get everybody so upset, to make them angry, to make them fearful, to make them want to destroy her career, make up a bunch of names about her, call her all kinds of phobes and ist and everything else in the world. It was 3 little beep bop boop words. That's it. That's it. That's what got this billion-dollar company all upset and went on the attack. That is truly unbelievable. And if you didn't know this part already, this will blow your mind. And thank you for being with me this long in the video. The plaintiff deleted the material, so she deleted the beep bop boop after she spoke with Pedro Pascal and other individuals about pronouns. At some point in time, the defendants Lucasfilm began demanding an explanation from Gina and criticized her for not embracing. You didn't embrace the pronouns. We're criticizing you. The defendants engaged the plaintiff in long phone calls, constant meetings, and what plaintiff refers to as re-education program. They wanted Gina to go into a re-education program over beep bop boop. I seriously think about this. This is what broke them, okay, over at Lucasfilm. As part of these communications, the defendant was required the plaintiff, so Lucasfilm required Gina to meet with representatives of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination. Gina did so gladly, reviewed several documents, and that the representative asked the plaintiffs to watch and they provided positive feedback for the defendant, but they were not satisfied. Not satisfied, however, Lucasfilm continued, it says defendants, but we know it's Lucasfilm, continued to demand that Gina issue a public apology, including by asking the plaintiff's publicist to force Gina to issue a statement admitting to mocking or insulting an entire group of people. This is unbelievable. Not only did she take that post down, right? She spoke to other people. Then she admits, I didn't know anything about it, but I'm learning. They made her do a re-education program of tons of phone calls, meetings. They had her go speak to a Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination group. This is all about pronouns. Not everybody that uses pronouns is gay or lesbian, right? Not everyone. There's people that use he, him, whatever. It doesn't mean they're gay, but apparently it upset them. It said that she did so gladly. She watched documentaries. She did everything. And it says they're not sad. They weren't even satisfied. They literally wanted her to go out and say, yes, I made fun of you people with pronouns, and I'm sorry. I made fun of you. Basically, lie. It's unbelievable. These people are never satisfied until they can control every little thing about your life. It says the plaintiff refused. Gina refused to do this bizarre public apology, right? And then it says, okay, this is what I'll do. To show good faith, the plaintiff, Gina, at the time in 2020, sought to donate to a GoFundMe page created to support the transgender community. Upon visiting the website, however, she read that the page was apparently created by a Lucasfilm employee. And in that GoFundMe page, they described the plaintiff, they described Gina as a bigoted actress. Then that's where it began. That's where it all began. Like, this is who she is. She's a bigot. When the plaintiff brought the website to Lucasfilm's attention, Lucasfilm denied that any of its employee had created the GoFundMe account, but it was right there. It was like, I know him. He works for Lucasfilm. He made this. Then magically, or shortly thereafter, the page was altered. It was altered, and then it described Gina as ignorant. Yeah. This is the stuff that's public. Imagine the stuff that's not public and what they did to Gina Carano. And for a bonus, I just wanted to show this last page. This is Disney Lucasfilm begging the judge to dismiss the case, which we all know now. The judge did not. But one of the things that they put in there, if you could see it, it's in the first paragraph right there in the middle. It says that if this is allowed to proceed, this would interfere with the defendant's control over the Mandalorian, that they would lose control of the Mandalorian. This is unreal. I've heard multiple lawyers on the good old law tube go over this one sentence and say, this is the dumbest thing that they could have put in this. That because of beep, bop, boop, or boop, bop, beep, whichever one you want to say, because of that, they're going to lose control of the Mandalorian. And because of boop, bop, beep, they made Gina go through all of that nonsense that we just read. That's how upset it got them. Now, I'm not saying go out there and put that in your Twitter bio, or anytime you want to talk about Disney Star Wars, put a little beep, bop, boop in there. But it amazes me how much of a snowflake company they're dealing with, that if they just ignored it and moved on, we wouldn't be here today. But it's moving on. It's moving on. And we'll keep you updated on everything that's going to be happening in this case. At the end of the day, no matter what happens, if it goes to discovery, if settle, whatever it is, I hope for my friend, for Gina, that she finds closure in this entire event. No matter what the outcome is, I hope she finds peace and closure. And that's all I want. That's all I want. So at the end of the day, there's so much public stuff now to show how ridiculous Lucasfilm is, So that's all I'm saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's going to be a wild one. It is going to be a wild one. Do you think this will get to discovery? Or do you think it'll be settled out of court? And if it is settled out of court, what do you think Gina would settle for if she does? Or, maybe she just won't, because she wants that filing cabinet out for the public to see. This is Jay. We'll catch you next time.